To Between Escrows. I am one of your hosts, Amy Scruggs, and this is
Roger Savvy, Ambassador of Optimism, and you surely have landed at the right place.
This is the show for you if you are interested in growing your relationship building, your sales, your understanding of your business, and how to grow and be stable and enjoy it with the Ambassador of Optimism. I am a branding coach. You are at the right place. We have amazing episodes coming up. You don't want to miss it.
There she is.
It is time.
This time.
Welcome back to Between Escrows. Roger, I am so happy to see you today. It was time to do this again.
I'm so happy to see you as always, Amy, and so excited to dive into this topic today with our special guest, especially with someone like you.
Oh, this is wonderful. We today, and I'm not going to do the spoiler because Roger gets to introduce him, but for all of you watching, thank you so much for following Between Escrows. Wherever you consume your favorite podcasts, we are there. So if you're on Spotify, Apple, whether you're on Pandora, if you find us on YouTube, or if you're watching us live on LinkedIn or on YouTube, welcome. If you are live, we want to hear from you. Let us know you're here. Tell us where you're watching or listening, and you can ask a question, and we're going to address it while we have this incredible conversation. And we will be able to let you know exactly what we've got going on. So follow, like, subscribe, and I'm going to leave that to the end of the business. My co-host, Roger Savvy, who is the true, absolutely one and only Ambassador of Optimism. Roger, how has your week been? Are you in a good place for this today?
I'm in a good place for this today. And I listen to you and you introduce everyone, and I'm always thinking to myself, how lucky am I to co-host with you?
Oh, see, I feel the same way because it keeps the energy up. So if you're watching this, I promise we have a lot of energy. I try to, have enough for 25 people, but our guest today is the nicest. I finally just got to meet him, but Roger knows him. So all I'm going to spoiler is that we've got 25 years of real estate and business experience, a master's in economics, like no thank you, bowing down to just that stat right there, but an incredible reputation of integrity. Roger, tell us how you know our amazing guest today.
Well, I was attending a certain brokerage regularly at their sales meetings, and there was one gentleman that always had an extra comment that was so poignant, so insightful, and always mindful and collaborative. And then I realized we were dealing with not just a real estate agent, but an entrepreneur, a business person, an insightful coach. And he's here with us today. And I'm so excited to talk about Julio Caceres.
Without further ado, welcome!
Hi, Roger.
Thank you.
This is a warm welcome. Thank you for being part of the podcast. I'm excited to share, and this is fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Julio, it's well deserved what I said to Amy as well. I've always watched and observed you, and now we get to call each other friends and work together. How exciting. With a career, as Amy said, spanning banking, finance, economics, real estate, community leadership, Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and as Amy said, a master in economics, sales manager, entrepreneur. Welcome.
And you've done it all under 30?
Say that again.
Amy, I said, and you did all of that under 30 years old?
Oh, yeah, I'm 25. No, I wish. Double that easy.
Yeah. So yeah, Julio, your reputation precedes you, your pedigree precedes you, and Amy and I are so excited to just dive in and learn from you as well. Amy, with your permission, Julio, may I jump straight in?
Yeah, please, go ahead.
All right. Thank you. So for the people who are watching, today began as a conversation about a husband and wife real estate powerhouse. But life has other plans, as we all know, and Alex is caring for her father today, which reminds us that behind every successful business are real people, real families, real priorities. So today, we're sitting down with Julio to talk about leadership, community, family, and what he's learned about building both a business and a life. So again, welcome, Julio. Amy and I are so honored to be with you. And here it goes. My first question to you. Looking back, what made you believe, Julio, that you and Alex could build a business together?
Well, I think it's really trust. Like we were already building a family together, just husband and wife, and then building buying our first house and having kids. We're already working together. So aligning the same goals and vision and trusting each other. I think that's the foundation of how I saw that we can be partners together as well, which is not an easy task. And that's why it's important, we have a podcast about it, because it has different dynamics, and we'll go to more detail on that. But I think trust and same vision together.
Yeah. So allied to that, and I think trust is everything. We've been taught to add value, but building trust first, and then the value is meaningful, right? So, yeah.
So it takes many years to build trust.
Yes.
You break it in 1 second.
Yeah.
So that foundation as a peer is solid for whatever you want to build on top of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Julio, listening very carefully to your answer, tell me a little bit about the origin story. You came to America a rich man, right?
Nope. No.
Tell me a little bit about the origin.
Immigrants, I came with 4 pieces of luggage and $4,000. That was it. And the idea was to come for a couple of years with a job visa, a H-1B visa. And we got a sponsor. We were excited, the opportunity. And it was coming back, get the experience, work in the United States, make some money, go back to Ecuador and contribute to the country. But like you said, life gets in the way and your plans change. So the story was Alex came first as an exchange student. She had a good family. Then we reconnected with them, and they created sort of the opportunity for us. But they saw something. They saw somebody that is hungry, that hardworking. They were in banking. I was in banking. So all the stars align, and I'm very blessed in many aspects of it.
I love that. The exchange program is so incredible. We have an exchange student before a couple times, and it's so incredible. And so to know that was the vessel that opened that door for her and changed your lives forever.
Completely, forever. I mean, how many people in Ecuador would wish to have the opportunity to come to the United States and make a life out of it? And we didn't suffer that much. This person paid for my airfare, got the job interview. I didn't speak English. I have to learn in 2 months, but for the job interview only, paid my airfare, got me at their house, gave me the car keys to the car to go the interview at the bank. He was fantastic. And those things don't just happen. We're very, very fortunate.
You're absolutely right. So I'm so excited you shared some of that backstory, because you just didn't arrive in America with all the skills. You collaborated with people, you were mindful, you always put your best foot forward, and fast forward all these years, here you are, Julio. And again, we're so proud to work with you. So your wonderful partner is not here. So I feel like she's here in spirit because she's out doing good things.
Yeah.
What strengths does Alex bring that make the business better?
I think she has an ability to see beyond what we see. In general, like she could go to a house and there are 4 walls in the window, and she said, take that wall out, and she can envision a change. She saw that in me. And I was in banking for 27 years and doing, business development, lending, and all of that. And then I was comfortable. I was making good money and I was comfortable. But life in 2008, the recession happened. We were buying investment properties. We had to stop that and say, what do we do now? So I started the real estate as a part-time, just as a complement of the income that I was losing in banking. She saw it beyond that point. So I think her ability to see beyond that is not just additional income. It was, oh my gosh, this is an opportunity to change our lives and so many people's lives by creating wealth through real estate. And she's really detailed. She's really organized. As a matter of fact, she is an attorney. She's a doctor at law in Ecuador. She doesn't, pursue law here just because she studied way too many years there, and that was enough, I guess. But she's super detailed and organized in all the contracts, really the connection with the clients, understanding what's in the background. So that is an aspect that not all agents can provide, and this dynamic duo, can put together. I'm
Lucky are
very
you.
blessed that she has that skill because I'm not organized, and so we complement each other. I wish I can be organized, but I am not. And so she put me in place, put me to the ground. I get humble conversations once in a while with her. I'm flying everywhere, and she's like, "Okay, we're flying, but together we're gonna fly this direction. What do you think?" And so I think she contributes in that way a lot.
Well, superb. And you choose very well. You chose very well in this life.
Lucky again or blessed again?
Honestly.
Yeah,
Can we borrow her as well? Because Roger and I already have a few areas we could probably really hone in some of her skill sets with our projects.
absolutely. Yeah.
I will let Alex know that you just promoted her and just was selling her out there.
Yes.
That's really good.
He deserves adding more.
Isn't that so great? She sees the things that you don't, right? And you left your ego at the front door, because that's the working together, and you stand in each other's blind spots and move forward. But it requires an open mind, because sometimes as guys, we think we've got the world, the tiger by the tail, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lesson a little bit in humility for us. What are your thoughts?
So my dad was in the military. He retired as a lieutenant colonel from the army in Ecuador. And so direction and commanding and, leadership were some things that I always saw in my household. So I was wrong. I was thinking that leadership was based on commanding, directing, saying what needs to be done and at the speed that needs to be done. And it was done. That was my dad in the military. I learned humbly that Alex and I have different skill set, that she has a different rhythm, that she has skills that I don't have, that I have some that complement her. And putting those together with the same goal was fantastic. But you say it right. I had to put my ego to the side. I learned it this hard way. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought, okay, we can produce the number of transactions. We can do the same thing and at this rhythm and this style. It's not true. It's a completely different person. It has a different set of skills. She's compassionate like me, believes on the clients, put the clients first. And all of that is common, but she has some things that I don't, and complement each other. That's the key for a successful partnership.
You hit it head on, because I was actually thinking it right before you said it. I'm like, we're going to talk about ego, because ego is such a thing. And then you said the word ego. I said, there it was. Okay, there it was again. Julio, to piggyback on that a little bit, I understand only from the perspective of when I was doing my music touring. My oldest son is my lead guitar player. He still is to this day. But we had to tour around the country, run a band, the big machine, the whole thing, with me being mom and him being son, and he was about 19 at the time. I had to let go of my ego, because it wasn't just, well, I'm your mom and I said so. I had to pull it down and say, wow, maybe he does see this better. Maybe he can navigate this better than me. Maybe that's his skill set. And it worked. And I learned very quickly, because it didn't start that way, that when I deflated that ego, we were great partners. And any family partnership situation, you're going to intertwine all of that. I mean, after the show, I still told him he needed to clean his room when we got home, but it was, you have this dynamic. So I was going to ask with the both of you, at which point at the end of the day, do you go into, hey, are we going to plant those flowers in the garden, or let's plan, this with the kids, or discuss things, or does the business bleed in at all hours, or do you guys have some set rules as a couple as to when the transactions end and your relationship is?
So I recommend to have a separation. I honestly recommend that. However, it's really hard to make, because we talk about real estate related to our business, our investments and everything, or the clients and the opportunities 24/7. We can be watching a movie and we talk about it. So I recommend to separate some time for each other individually, not like going in different trips or anything like that. I'm just saying individually re-energize. Like I play tennis and I re-energize. This is my thing. I come with more energy and we work together. She likes going to the gym and a workout class and go out with her friends. And so she recharges that way. Then we do things together. We go out together. We have lunches, dinners together as a couple. And Roger is being fantastic coaching us and how to think as CEOs of our corporation rather than just agents or brokers on our business. And
Mhm.
that has changed completely our mindset, completely the direction that we're going. We're thinking of things that we are doing that are taking time that we shouldn't be focused on if we want to get there in a certain time. So I think it's important that we realize it's complicated. It's better if you can separate time for yourself. But the reality is we're just in the business. We're in it. And we love real estate. We love helping people. We love buying ourselves and flipping and investing. And it's hard to separate the two, but it's healthy. I think it's healthy to find that space that is not related to business, that we can just talk as a husband and wife, as
Mm,
partners, as individuals. I have talked really highly about her, and she has done the same in groups, in our environment, our friends, and that has value. That connection, that chemistry that is there is not only for business and money. Is building a relationship long term, and that's
yes.
our passion.
Well, in your environment, the people around you can sense that and feel that. The energy of that, I'm sure, overflows. Do you also have friendships outside of the real estate industry, or is your entire core relationships in the real estate industry?
The majority of friends we see regularly are related to our kids. So
Okay,
the
excellent.
kids have the same age, and we go camping, we have different trips, we have gone out of the country, and we celebrate each other's successes, like graduations and everything we get to. During COVID, we had a big house with the space and swimming pool. That was the party house, and we had our tribe that everybody was there safe, and we celebrated. We actually didn't feel that bad
That's
during COVID
great.
because we had this community. But it wasn't related to real estate. It was related to the kids, the family, the values that we share all in that group of people.
Oh, I love that.
So do I. So do I. And as Julio was speaking, Amy, it just reminded me sometimes I get some of my people in my classes to chant, "My ego is not my amigo. My
You-
ego is not my amigo." Because it just reminds us there's a little acronym called PIN, P-I-N. And it is a reminder. P stands for always be present. Just be present, be listening. I stands for be innocent, innocent in your questions, no hidden agenda. And the N stands for no negative thoughts.
Mhm.
And that is a true way of leaving that ego outside. And it's just fabulous to listen to you talk about Alex. So you may have mentioned it already, Julio, but what strengths do you think that you bring specifically that complements hers?
This is when I can talk 24 hours in a row. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's easy to talk about ourselves. No, it's the hardest thing because I don't want to project something here in the group. But the reality is we have different skill set. We have some abilities that complement each other. I believe that I have a skill that is incredible, that is connecting with people. I'm
Mm,
really good, naturally go out there and make friends. My kids joke about it. We go to a restaurant, we travel to Europe, whatever. And I already have friends and a phone number, and they want to invite me to their house. So I have an incredible ability to connect with people. And that has served us really well in everything, right? The connections here in the United States, in Ecuador, where we travel, business, when I was in banking, in real estate. Now I supervise and help and mentor 40 plus agents at the office and help them to achieve their goals and why not. All of that, I think, is based on this skill of just being on the same front. You don't look up or down anybody. You just take everybody as face value with respect, with an open heart, willing to share. And I think I have that little skill that connect with people immediately in the tennis court, and soccer field, or just in business like we're talking about.
mm, I love it. Which tells me this is about collaboration, not competition, right?
Yeah.
You're not competing. You are respecting those two sets of strengths. And I would imagine that could be like an arithmetic equation. 1 + 1 = 3. In other words, the output is greater than the sum of the parts because of that respect that you have for each other. And I think that's just fabulous. That's just fabulous. And again, just slightly changing gear, what's the biggest lesson, Julio, the biggest lesson you've learned about leadership from working alongside your spouse?
I would say that what I learned from this experience of working with my wife and be partners in business outside of a household is listening. Sometimes we say, leadership is commanding and directing. I think I have learned a lot by listening. The majority of the biggest decisions or successful decisions that we have what we have done or together or make together have been by listening to each other. My point of view, your point of view, what you think about this, and valuing that input, different perspective, analyzing a different perspective, and respecting that different perspective. So listening is something that I have learned that normally people don't put in leadership. In leadership, you have other skills like directing, commanding, you have the vision and everybody follows type of thing. But in my case, that's what I have learned is listening to my partner, wife, mother of my kids and my life partner, is understanding her, where she's coming from. She's very well, eloquent in the way to project to me so I can understand. And then taking that perspective to make a decision that is beneficial for both of us or our business. So I think that I have learned from leadership. And so it's a leadership for her, and for me as well. And listening to each other and understanding, point of views and together going in the same direction rather than the opposite direction because I have a different view and I'm listening to you. I have my own agenda. No, we probably were here and there, but listening to each other now with a force and we're together and now we go stronger together. So that's what I have learned.
Every relationship therapist right now is going, see, yes, that's how you do that. Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly right.
You could do seminars. You guys can teach this.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I love sharing with people. I'm not hiding anything. Like as sales manager here, we have this. You have seen it, Roger.
Yes.
It's open book. It's like, how can I help you? How can you do better? How can you make your business better? And you do the same, Roger. You're fantastic in that aspect as well. And I think it's true. If you can contribute something, you don't hide it in your little cocoon. You're sharing it with the world. You're gonna leave that world better than what you found it when you got to that point.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Well, all right. So you're right, Julio. So many times we are taught that leadership means you've got to take control, right? Just come in, take control. When you realize, and as you've just mentioned to Amy and I, when you listen and you get into the other person's shoes and you see where they're coming from, that's where that trust grows, that trust to continue to work with you, because people just want to know they've been heard and acknowledged without having orders barked at them, right? Yeah. That's the easy thing to do. So again, thank you for sharing that with us as well. And you mentioned earlier you've got two beautiful daughters, right?
Yes.
15 and 18, or was that there?
16 and 18, almost 19, yeah.
16 and 18. So, Julio, if your daughters were listening today to this conversation, what would you want them to learn from watching their parents build a business together?
Do we have it?
Yeah, that's a very important question because we want to project something for them individually that they don't depend from anybody else, a partner, they're married, they decide to have kids or not. We wanted to be independent independent in the world, that they can support themselves first and be a better person so they can contribute to a partnership at that point. I don't know what's going to be life for them regarding, married or finding a partner in life, having kids or not. They have already different thoughts right now, the 16 and the 18-year-old. But if I related to partnership, related to do something together, which I encourage them for both of them to continue the legacy of the Caceres Real Estate Group and join us in this pursuit of greatness in our careers. I hope that's the case. May not be, but I would say that I want to leave an impression in their minds that partnership in family is possible, that
Mhm.
listening to each other, respecting each other, and contributing to each other, giving value to each other. Like, good job. I just closed this. Great job. I just talked to these people. They want to work with us. Great job. These little celebrations of success with each other. I won a tennis match. Yeah, good job. And you are all energized. This support, I want them to learn that business and family is difficult but possible. I wanted to
Mm.
learn that respecting each other and putting somebody else in front of us, like the client's values first and then the money, is important. And then teamwork is important. So if both work together in the same with the same vision, they can accomplish anything they want in their lives.
Well, I got to say, Julio, I wish you were my dad. That was really good. And just listening to, I've realized you've given them the only two things you can give your children, which are roots and wings, right?
Mhm.
That's all we can give, roots and
Yes.
wings. And you've just done that, and you articulated that so beautifully, so
Thank you.
beautifully.
You're right.
Yeah, really good. So you've built success in business, but you've also invested heavily in community. Why has community always mattered to you, Julio?
At the end, this world, the entire world, is about the people, right? We're in the people business. We're connecting and building relationships. It's the people that we meet, the dynamics on a day in and day out. We have a beautiful world, and I think the relationships that we are able to build a long way from the time that we're kids and develop that to the point that we're in business and successful. I think the people is the key of the community. And so if we don't invest in that, this world is going to go this way. So I want, like I said before, to leave this country that gave me the opportunity to come and work here in the United States, learn a different language, make new friends, invest, pay taxes, and all of that. I want to leave this place in a better way than in 2003 when I came with a couple $1,000 in piece of luggage. I want to leave it higher, not only for me, but for my kids, for the community, for everybody else. And so if I can contribute in any way possible within we have a lot of responsibilities, as you well know, but there is time for everything. And I have volunteers, serving board of directors. We raised $11.8 million with the Children's Museum to create something for the kids to learn, just playing mathematics and science, just by the playful exploration and opening their minds. And I was passionate about it. I served for 6 years. I served at the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I believe in the concept of community and business supporting each other. And so that's why I invest in the community. And sometimes we contribute some money. Sometimes we go to events. Sometimes we play in golf tournaments that are charity tournaments. Sometimes we just serve and listen and be there and share.
Mm.
But yes, the community is built with people. And if we can contribute, give our grains of contribution, this world is going to be better than
Mm.
before.
Mm. Mm. So you truly have reached that pinnacle where building something bigger than just yourself and your own business has become a vanguard, something that you lead with, because not only does that focus on conversations, which often leads to more business,
Mhm.
but you put your head on the pillow at night and you sleep really well, right? We're all in this place together, and we need each other. And so wow, that was just fabulous. Amy, do you have any comments about that whole community side?
Oh, I could not agree more. Without community, then what are we? We
Yes.
got to be community minded, all of us, in our individual small communities, larger community. Because if everybody is doing that, then each community is getting nurtured. So the fact that you have that heart, and especially with your background and who you guys are, I want to go up there and hug you. That's it. I want
Oh,
to
thank
Oh,
you.
my
no.
kids, and we need to okay,
Mm.
that's it. We need to celebrate that because
Yeah.
I've
Yep.
always loved that myself and been very involved with the community.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. I have a question. It would
Yes.
be, if you were to go back and do it all over again, first
Mhm.
part is, would you choose real estate again? And if so, why?
I would say 100% yes. And I have a passion for this business. It's crazy. In 2008, so let me tell you why I have that. I did it by a need. In 2008, I had purchased my third house and whatever, and the agent was helping me to buy the third house. Then all of a sudden, the bank said, no more loans. I was in commercial lending, and they said, you are not going to get paid variable income anymore. It's just a base salary. You can either find a job or, stay with this. And I decided to stay. I have the sponsorship for the visa. I wanted to become a resident of the United States. I wanted to become a citizen. And so it was a need to supplement that income. It wasn't something that I really love, but the connection of the real estate was when I started helping people.
Yes.
And I helped them to get a house, to first time home buyers, and the joy of their faces. I just gave the keys to a family, and they were 13 people going in the house and celebrating and taking pictures and everything. That is super rewarding. And so I didn't feel that I was just by need at first, but then I see how I can help people. The little story background for me is I went to school in Ecuador, and it was in Catholic school, all boys Catholic school. I was going to be a priest. My plan A of life was priest. The second plan was business. And I wrote it, everything written in a document, and I decided to be a priest. And I told my mom, I told my dad, and my dad didn't believe me. I was, I don't know the right mindset, but he didn't think I was, going to be cut for be a priest. My mom was crying, said, no, I think I want something different for you. Anyway, I said, no, I'm going to be a priest. So I went to school, and they said to the priest, I want to be a priest. One of the people that you've been looking for all these years. He said, why? And I said, I want to help people.
Mm.
And he thought for a second, and he said, then don't be a priest.
Wow.
You can help more people outside of priesthood. If you told me I love God and I want to dedicate my life, you should be a priest. But if you want to help people, you can help more people outside of priesthood. And I
Ooh,
was,
mic
whoa, wow.
what
And
brilliant
he was
advice.
a priest, and they worked years to have more people like them. And he told me that. He was an Italian priest in Ecuador. And I had my plan B written. So I said, okay, it's not plan A, it's plan B. And so I went in business and, economics and all of that. Helping people, once I have the license to be able to represent clients in real estate, and helping them fulfill,
Yeah.
connect those two dots. And now I can't get rid of it. I just can't get enough of it. I want to help more people, and I'm creating wealth for these people, transferring this creation of wealth to generations. And so it's just amazing. Right? Like this business is incredible, and
It's
I'm
a
happy to be
people
part.
business.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again all over.
Ugh, that was
Wasn't that-
that was it right there.
Wasn't
was
that great, Amy?
It's-
So
that's it.
Yeah, and yeah, it was almost a mic drop moment there. And all the things that Julio said, because I picture his location in Santa Rosa, his office. And when I enter into his environment, the energy in the office is always palpable during sales meetings. And he doesn't tell people what to do. He just says the right things to influence their thinking, right? And suddenly it becomes their idea. And I'm sure he sits back in
Yes.
his brain going, there we go,
There it
another solution, because he is a solutionist. Boy, have we learned from you, Julio.
Oh, thank you very much. When I have new interviews with new agents, and they don't know what to do next, they have the license and they don't know what to do, it's incredible. Just pointing them to the things that they're already thinking, but they don't know how to phrase them. They don't know how to organize them.
Yep.
Finding that little why. Why are you thinking real estate? Oh, I want to help people. I like houses. Sometimes the answer is like, that is not enough. Why you're doing this? Why you're going to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, get to the gym, go shower, get pretty, and go out and help these people. Why? And so identifying that is different for everybody.
Yes.
But asking the right questions opens up, and all of a sudden their eyes get open and like, I found it. This is why I'm gonna do it, and this is why I'm gonna pursue. And then week by week, seeing the success, and we have a little bell here that we celebrate every time that everybody close a transaction. It's just amazing. It's just amazing.
I love it. And we are here and we have this show and we do this because we love sharing great stories. And Julio, what you have done today is inspired, empowered, and given a story that makes hopefully everyone, whether you're viewing this live or whether you are consuming this content later, I hope that you thought about your why and what you're doing and whatever you do that helps people, because Julio, you have just modeled that like times 10.
Oh,
and that's why we are here to shine the light on you and your beautiful wife and family and your incredible business. Thank you so much for sharing this story today.
Thank you. I'm so I feel sorry that Alex is not here, because we're going to
have a part 2.
Yes, that would be amazing, because she has a lot to share as well.
Yes, she does.
But she put something that is important to us: family first.
Yes.
And business. The community goes to people again. And the family is the foundation of the society.
Yes.
And so she's taking care of her father. I will do the same. And kudos to her. Sorry that she missed, but she will be here in the next opportunity.
That's for sure.
Can't wait to have her here. Julio, thank you so much. Roger, once again, you are connected to the most amazing humans, just like yourself. You attract in just the right like minds and beautiful people making a difference in this world. This is positive content, showing people out there doing the right thing for the right reasons and making a difference in lives. And we hope that this has inspired you today as well. Thank you for following us and watching Between Escrows. We hope that this is the kind of information and inspiration that you needed to hear today. I know that I did. Make sure you like and subscribe wherever you consume this. And Julio, where can everybody find you? We're going to have your links in the notes, but I want to make sure, where can they find you guys?
Thank you. We have our corporation, and we under Lux Place International Realty, but we own our corporation, Caceres Real Estate Group. So our website is caceresre for realestate.com, and give us an opportunity to serve you and help you. That's my passion, and we'll do it right.
And I believe you.
Thank
you so much. Now you stay with us, Julio. We're going to go ahead and close out the show now. Stay with us so we can chat with you afterwards. Roger, thank you so much on behalf of Julio, my wonderful co-host Roger, and myself. Thank you for being a part of this today.
Thank you.